All right. So your underlying energy, Sagittarius, is judgment. So you guys are going through some serious change right now, something that is definitely pushing you towards completing your cycle. But most importantly, it's asking you to look back, see how far you've come, because there's a certain situation in your journey that is going to require you to do something. It's a call to action, right? And I feel like, excuse me, I feel like with judgment, there is something here. There's some sort of there's obviously a transformation, no doubt. But this is also, like I said before, this call to action. You've been through the cycle before, but this is also looking at how far you've grown, how much you've come, how far you've come, and making the necessary step to cross the finish line. And the reason why you're doing this, or what you're transforming, is possibly a perspective, how you fight for your truth, how you stand up for yourself, and what you believe in. Okay, and look at that. Ace of Pentacles is right there underneath that. That's awesome. Okay, or it's split the deck, and that's what we get there. So I feel like going after what it is that you truly want and what your truth is, that's what exactly is going to, that's what's changing. That's what the call of action is. Finding for what it is that you believe should be yours, okay? And really just finding for your truth, right? So in this it makes sense here with the current state of being. You have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords does indicate that there isn't something that is able to be seen, because you're not really wanting to see what's going on in front of you, right? It's a little difficult. So you're trying to keep the balance of a difficult situation. But I feel like there is a decision that needs to be made here, and something that you need to go ahead and make a choice about, because the longer you wait, the more, the more difficult it's going to be to make the decision, right? So there is something that's going on, something that's like, hard to make a decision about. Excuse me. Now, where you guys want to be is the Fool. The Fool does indicate here that you want to be set free. You guys want to have another chance, a second chance. Not necessarily a second chance, but a brand new beginning. Okay? I do feel like you want to feel the wind under your wings, and you guys want to try to do something differently. But ultimately, you guys want to be free. You guys want to be starting over. But the thing here is the reason why you can't get to the Fool just yet is because of the Page of Swords. There isn't a lot of truth being told right now. There's not a lot of communication. I feel like there's something that needs to be said. No matter how brittle the truth is, I feel like it needs to just be said, right? Communication is important. Now, this also talks about receiving some truth as well, because of course someone else's truth is going to be maybe expressed in the process of doing this, right? So the difficult decision is just really understanding that the situation, no matter how difficult it is, it's going to need to be communicated and talked about. And honestly, your truth needs to come out, and truth needs to be the forefront. Despite how difficult your situation may be, I feel like the Page of Swords is really saying, like, it's really pushing towards you just communicating what's going on with you and what you believe is and isn't right for you, right? And the reason why I say that is because the reason why you have the Page of Swords as the reason why you're being blocked from the Fool is because of the Devil. So the Devil is talking about some toxic situation, feeling trapped. You're not really able to feel like you have a lot of power, but you actually do. Your communication is power, right? Communication is key. And I feel like the communication is the most important part, and that's what needs to be transformed. How you communicate your message, or what message you need to communicate to make sure that you are, you're not stuck here keeping two swords steady, and not, because I feel like not only is this like the case that you're feeling stuck in the situation trapped, but you don't honestly see that there can be a way out. There is a situation, but there is a solution to the issue, and it has a lot to do with communicating your truth. It has actually the way to get through to the Fool has a lot to do with the truth that you already have with you, which is the sword that's in your hand. Now, the advice is the Ten of Swords, and this talks about things, things ending, things being put to rest. But ultimately, the worst is over, and this is all about recovery. So I feel like right now, you may just need to just get it over with, get it done, so that way you can begin to recover, so you can put the cycle to rest. But ultimately, I feel like this is time. It's time to recover. It's time to heal. I think you've gotten a lot of truths, a lot of, you know, things come up that really hurt you. And this is not a really good card. I mean, it's a good card because it says that the worst is over, right? The worst is over of it. It's not going to happen, you know, it's not going to happen to this degree. Unless it's, you know, a repeated cycle and there's no lesson learned from this, right? There's always going to be repeating. There's always a cycle that's going to repeat itself until you understand what it's trying to show you. But I feel like with the Ten of Swords, it's like, it's saying here that there's no lower bottom than this. And you can recover, and it's time to recover right here with the Ten of Swords. Okay. With your feelings, you have Temperance. So Temperance is talking about moderating, keeping things balanced within yourself, you know, doing the best you can, doing your 50. But it's also, you know, you're very calm and very cooled down. This is your card, Sagittarius, so it's not a bad card for you. I really don't mind that card too much. But here with the here with those fears, you have the Five of Swords. So although things are good, keeping things going, waiting for divine timing to happen, doing your part, right, making sure that you're, you know, you're balanced and everything, I feel like you don't want to be taken advantage of. And the Five of Swords, excuse me, is a card that can talk about being taken advantage of, but it's important that you guys remain selfish. You guys focus on what it is that you're doing, focus on your work, and that's it, right? No, I don't think delving into anybody else's issues, delving into any other problems, or delving into anyone else's work that may hinder your, you know, your trip to freedom, right? You're trying to get to a place where you feel more free, but you have to pretty much focus on the work that you're doing, and that is going to be requiring you to focus on how you recover from this difficult cycle. Okay, I feel like communication is a really big thing here. Talking about what's going on, saying what's going on, saying how you feel about a situation, being very honest about how you feel and very honest about what the situation is causing you, or how it's affecting you to the other person, whether this is in a relationship, work, you know what I'm saying? But focusing on yourself is very important. There's a lot of cards that indicate communication here, and I feel like that is very important, that communication is that you communicate what's going on. Okay. Now, in your outcome, you guys have the King of Wands here. And the King of Wands is talking about feeling more confident in yourself and feeling like you are in your power. And I like this energy. Usually I wouldn't read you guys as the King of Wands because kings are fixed signs, and that would be Leo. But you're still a fire sign, so that would still come up. So I feel like at the end of this, right, especially if you go the route of healing, communicating, standing by your truth, and honestly, it's not easy, right? It's not easy to stand up for yourself. It's not easy to kind of say, hey, you know what, this is not for me. You know what, this is not how I expected things to go. I don't like how I'm being treated, etc. It's not easy, but you will feel so much better from doing it. And I think that's why the outcome shows that you become the King of Wands, because you're not only just stating your truth, but you're also taking care of yourself. You're building your confidence because you're not letting anybody just take advantage of you. Now, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands are very similar, right? They don't take anything that they don't believe they deserve. And I feel like that's the same thing here. You don't deserve to be treated any sort of way that you feel you are not justified in, right? Anyway, right? Even if you are justified in it, you still shouldn't be treated in that sort of respect, right? You shouldn't be talked to any kind of way. You shouldn't be, you know, looked at to do certain things if you're not meant to. And you shouldn't be pressured or guilt tripped into doing something, right? Codependency with the devil right here in the center. And I feel like that's what happens, right? So there's a codependent relationship, and you don't know how to say, you know what, I can't really do that because I have other things I want to do. I'm not tied to this. I don't want to be tied to this. And the illusion here is that there isn't a way out. There isn't any power in the situation. And there is. You just have to find it. Despite what's going on, you do have the control and the power there to make you feel, to realize that you are actually free and you're not actually bound, okay? Let's go ahead and pull you guys your romance angels for the week. Change is hard, especially when judgment comes up. It's a very, very difficult thing. And it's very clear when it comes up with Sagittarius, right? It's very clear. Change that in regards to how you stand by your truth. All right, Sag, and you guys have past life relationship. Wow, okay, and this says you have known each other before. So this person that you guys are experiencing this sort of energy with, or feeling very trapped in a relationship with, possibly you have been in a karmic relationship with them before. This is possibly a relationship in which there's a lot of ties. That's karma coming back to pretty much say, hey, there's something from a past life you haven't really finished yet. And I feel like this person either played out something for you and or you played out something for that person in that past life, and they're coming back to do the same thing for you. Okay. But all in all, I feel like there's a lot of familiarity with this person. There is some sort of attachment. There are indicating that they're soulmates for you, but they're soulmates for you this time around to show you your power. I think the devil is trying to show you your power. Where is your power when you feel like you're disempowered, right? I feel like that's what they're there for. I think that's what they're here for, to show you your true strength, and how your true strength, and where you're lacking in strengthening, which is a lot. It looks like communication, and that's hard to do, especially when you don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers, right? But sometimes the feathers got to be ruffled up. Now, this is another kind of card that indicates, like, defending yourself, being, loving on yourself. This is no place like home. And this is talking about finding the home within yourself, finding the love within yourself, and protecting that home with everything that you've got. It's authentic to you, and you are the only one that can make sure that you are safe, that you are, you're loved, that you are appreciated. And this is the card that indicates here that you have to do it. You have to protect your home in order for it to be safe. You may not feel like you are in the situation where you feel comfortable and stuff like that. And I don't think that trying to leave or escape is necessarily the case, right? I don't think that that's going to help you. The point of it all is, right, what's going to help you is defending yourself, standing up for yourself, standing up for who you are, and knowing that no matter where you go, there is always going to be a home in your heart. You could be homeless, you could be living on the street, you could be living in the best house in the whole world, right? You could be living in a mansion and just loving it all. But if someone's still mistreating you, that's still affecting your home. That's still someone affecting your living. So it's all about standing up and defending yourself, making sure nobody treats you any kind of way, making sure nobody talks to you any kind of way. So respecting your space, making, drawing the line in the sand, saying, hey, you know what? You're not going to come into my house and just treat me any kind of way. Nobody has the right to do that, no matter what position, no matter what situation at all. Okay, so I feel like you guys, it's a hard thing to do. There's a lot of difficult energy here. Judgment is definitely a difficult energy. So it's definitely talking about change and stuff like that. But it's a call to action because this person is trying you. This person is definitely trying you. And I feel like if you come out there strong, standing in your power, standing by your, by your own truth, you'll be all right. It'll be hard, no doubt, but you'll be okay. You'll feel that energy in yourself rise. You'll feel that growth. You'll see how much you've changed, because judgment will show you that after everything that you've been through, you've done something that's made a difference for yourself.